and gentlemen, Raila Odinga has been in the Kenyan politics for quite some time now, almost 40 years. He has been not just present in the Kenyan politics, but also very, very active. He has vied for about 5 times. But unfortunately, in all those 5 times, he has not managed to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, Raila Odinga, after the demonstrations that they had after the winning of President William Ruto in 2022, Raila Odinga, William Ruto signed a deal to take Raila Odinga to AU, probably as a retirement platform for him. We have to admit that Raila had not shared about that before, because he even quit the infrastructure role to come back to Kenya and do the Kenyan politics. Perhaps if he could have stayed there, probably could have added his value, or maybe could have added his voice to the African presidents that he wants to become the AU chairman come this year, 2025. But now, Raila Odinga then, after the demonstrations, they agreed with William Ruto, and now William Ruto supported him to go to the AU seat. That was very much okay, because Raila Odinga, to be honest, his experience is good. But now, let me tell you one simple story that I want to do here on this channel here today. What is the biggest challenge Raila Odinga has as far as the voting that is going to take place on Saturday is concerned? To be honest, Raila Odinga, because of his long time he has been in politics, he has created friendship across the African continent and even internationally. Even globally, let me say that. Raila Odinga has created so many friends, which I believe so far he could be bank on as far as the voting is concerned. If you remember, the Zimbabwean president who won after the death of Mugabe, in Uganda he has Museveni, in DRC he has Tshisekedi. We saw him having friendship with the Ghana president. We know his friendship with Olusegun Obasanjo. That really shows that he has created international networks which could probably become a base for him during the voting process. But now there's one of the biggest challenges that Raila Odinga is going to face in the AU. And which one is this challenge? The fact that they are going to use the secret ballot to vote. Why am I saying so? Raila Odinga, as we speak today, because he has so many friends, like for instance, if you talk of the president of South Africa, actually he has met him plus many other presidents, discussed on a personal level, and even agreed that they are going to vote for him, shared his manifesto, and many other things. So people know very well that Raila Odinga has met these people, and probably they could be friends. But now on the ballot, so long as it's going to be a secret ballot, that means very well he's not going to know who's going to vote for him, and who is not going to vote for him as well. So he doesn't know who is going to vote for him, and that who is not going to do the same. So in this case here, if Raila will be watching the voting taking place, that means very well probably Raila Odinga is a worried man. This is because of the dynamics of the voting that has been happening in the AU. People are saying that Faki was not the most popular, was not among the front runner in this kind of a race when he was vying for the seat. Amina Mohamed was among the front runners. Kenya hyped it as well. But the fact remains that Faki won, which means these presidents, they have their own way in which they think. And we wouldn't be surprised the Madagascar guy winning this thing. Wouldn't be surprised. And therefore we know very well that now the secret ballot thing, it is the most serious problem. Now, we've seen the campaigns that have taken place, especially for Raila Odinga. He has shown interest that African cannot be controlled, cannot be independent. He has gone to various countries abroad. Talk of France, talk of Germany, in the US, in China itself, to seek the support of these presidents, to talk to their fellow friends in Africa so that he can be able to win the seat. To be honestly speaking, from my side, it was a wrong move, because he was showing the African presidents that they are not independent. But the fact remains that these people are also controlled with interests. And that means if Raila Odinga is not projected as the person who is going to serve the interests even of these other nations, probably he is not going to become the AU chairperson. They can just assure him, but going to the ballot, because it's going to be a secret ballot, probably it's going to be another case. Now, when you check the issues to do with the West Africa, the Francophone, and the others that are voting, the fact remains that Raila Amolo Odinga does not have the numbers. If you check the ideologies that the president of Kenya subscribes to, Raila Amolo Odinga does not have the numbers. If you check the personal attributes of the leaders of who are contesting for this AU chairmanship, Raila Amolo Odinga is not the favored one. Why am I saying so? If you check on age, Raila Amolo Odinga is the oldest, and probably right now as we speak, he could not be favored over the. It cannot be logical that the outgoing president, AU chairman, is 69, and the incoming is 80, heading is 81. It's not logical at all. So therefore, because of some of these challenges, people might decide that Raila Amolo Odinga, let him rest. Let him go back to Kenya and engage in the local politics, or even go to Riat Hills and rest. And this is simply going to be possible through what we call the secret ballot. Someone voting against you, then coming and telling you, I voted for you. As a result, you realize this person has been played. So you won't know who did not vote for you and who did. So despite the verbal agreement that you had, the fact remains that you're not going to see it easy. You're not going to have it easy, because these people are going to vote independently and based on their interests. Based on their interests. So therefore, the greatest challenge that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to face in the AU, despite his serious and hectic campaign that he has held so far, it is the secret ballot, where they are going to vote based on what we call secret ballot. You don't know who is voting for you and who is not. The Djibouti guy probably could have not gone to these many other countries. But the fact remains that he has also campaigned. But he has also some preferences. However, we can't rule out the Madagascar guy. That is the person to watch. Because if they might vote for him, then that is it. That is it. That is it. Because people might prefer him, and that will be a serious game changer. Probably people might say now, okay, this is the person we needed, who is not hyped, who does not have so many things to do or to say, who is not connected that much. He only concentrates on Africa. And probably that's very important. And a big challenge I could see on this side, probably it could be the issue to do with the Kenyan developments. But the fact remains that those leaders have conscience. They know how to do and what to do at that point. Now, one thing I also saw a tweet from the aspirant, one of the aspirants, that is Mohamud Yusuf. He was saying that African Union, it is not a place for retirement. It's not for place for all the people to go there and retire. So therefore, that could be the ideology could be selling to most of the African nations, that this gentleman has simply been dispatched to the AU to come and rest. He initially did not have the interests. So therefore, I'm the best candidate to come and take over this seat. I don't know what's your take as far as Raila Amolo Odinga is concerned, but I feel strongly that the issue to do with the secret ballot is a big challenge. And now, let's wait and see who is going to take the seat.